The following is a presentation that several of us did for our employer back in 2018 that was called Creative Thinking, which was designed to enhance our mindset as it applies to diversity and inclusion. We were asked to consider the physical differences between our hands and our feet, and then decide which, if either, we would rather have to continually grow throughout our lifetime, thereby giving us giant appendages and the advantages that these appendages could possibly bring. Based on the approach that we took to present it, added to our society's current racial and political upheaval, I felt that this was the perfect time to revisit our fictional tale. Keep in mind that this is a lighthearted approach to discuss our physical differences and how, despite our thoughts on these differences, they don't change the person that we are. The Declaration of Independence of the United States of America says it best. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Welcome! Today we come to you with what bills to be a very spirited and lively fictional debate, tackling the often asked question, would you rather have hands that kept growing as you got older, or feet that kept growing as you got older? First, let's meet our candidates. Weighing in on the ever-growing feet side, we have the fantastic Franklin Footsevelt. And representing ever-growing hands is the Honorable Handbraham Thinkin. Our independent candidate is, in it to win it, Isaac Indecision. Let's get started. Candidate Franklin Footsevelt, please tell us why you prefer to have ever-growing feet at your age. Well, first, thank you for having me. It's quite simple, you see. Bigger feet allow for easier kicking and larger strides, so it enables me to get to where I'm going faster. Plus, I'm an expert at both soccer and kickboxing, just to name a few. Added to this, my foundation is solid. See, come and try and knock me over. I dare you. No, that's okay. And for you, candidate Handbraham Thinkin, share with us your thoughts on the ever-growing hands debate, please. Well, for me, my dear man, there really is no debate. With ever-growing hands, I am able to carry more things. My nail polish sparkles brighter, and I get new jewelry all the time. Oh, like the people care about your bling, Franklin Footsevelt replies. They'll care about it when I smack your face, Handbraham Thinkin responds. Folks, the moderator interjects, let's keep this civil. Now for our last candidate, Isaac Indecision. What are your thoughts on the topic? It all sounds great. I agree, I think. Just not enough information. How large are we talking? What's the reason for the growth? I mean, this will determine impacts. Maybe you're right, Isaac. I think our voters are looking for a little more. Let's hear further from you, Handbraham Thinkin. Give us a little more as to why growing hands is the way to go. Look, I understand that ever-growing hands may not be for everyone. Yes, it's harder to type, use a cell phone, or even get a cookie out of the cookie jar. But I have a more powerful grip to open jars. Anything falling to the ground doesn't stand a chance, as I'm catching that thing. But most of all, when it rains, I have my hands to cover my head. And what says you, Franklin Footsevelt? Tell the people why ever-growing feet is the way to go. Look, to me, foot growth is a natural progression as we age. My feet are strong. I can even stomp out fires with them. In all seriousness, I prefer larger feet over hands for one simple reason. I don't want anything to come between the hand holding of me and my perfect love. Ah, the moderator responds. If your love also had giant hands as she should, nothing would come between your hand holding, Handbraham Thinkin interjects. Please let's not make this personal, the moderator pleads. Isaac Indecision shouts, that's it. I've made up my mind. Give me ever-growing feet. I couldn't have said it better myself. Or maybe ever-growing hands. Why are you even here? Handbraham Thinkin asks Isaac Indecision. And our winner is Franklin Footsevelt by a landslide. As me and my team talked and developed our thoughts and came up with the storyline of our debate, we came to the realization that foot growth would be more advantageous to us as our feet are our foundation. We could use ever-growing feet to our advantage when walking, standing, or running. But most importantly, we want our hands left alone so that we can better hold the ones that we love. In the end, though, we will leave you with this. Now, the big-footed politicians had shoes that seemed tall, where the big-hand politicians didn't seem to wear shoes at all. Those feet aren't so big, the hand politicians proclaimed. Compared to a mountain, they really are quite plain. So as you can see, feet either big or small really don't matter to anyone at all. But big hands, they would brag, are the best thing to have. With their noses in the air, they would sniff and they'd snort. We will have nothing to do with the big-footed sort. And whenever they met, when they were out walking, they'd hike right on past without even talking. But when the big-footed politicians won the debate, could the big-hand politicians deal with their fate? For now you won, if your feet are quite large, so the small-footed, large-hand politicians are no longer in charge. But when it comes to the question of the foot or the hand, do either of these things make you a better woman or man? Remember, folks, it isn't what you are physically that makes you who you are. It's what you are on the inside. Have a great day, and let's all try and get along a little bit better.